Welcome back to a special edition of Wrestlestop. The Elimination Chamber just completed, and what did we think about it? Stay tuned to find out. Roll the intro, and let's get right into it. All right, and we are back. It is, I don't know what time it is right now. It is pretty late. It's like 10:30.
10:34 to be exact.
10:34 Eastern time right now. Elimination Chamber just ended. I don't know. It was a pretty good show, I think. There was some weird stuff that happened. The crate stuff like that was kind of silly. But let's just want to go match by match. Match by match. I'll let Jeff take it over. And what was the first match, everybody?
First match of the night was the Women's Elimination Chamber match.
Hang on. I got to get the timer out.
Oh, set that timer.
We're doing this 3 minutes.
3 minutes at a time.
I don't want to sit on this for too long.
We like to hear ourselves talk, and sometimes we ramble.
All the time I ramble.
I'm a rambling man.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
All right, let's go. First match,
Women's Elimination Chamber match. Yep. Tiffany, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Kiana James, and Raquel Rodriguez.
Yes.
So Rhea Ripley came out on top. We were texting back and forth last night and today that after her and Io lost the tag titles last night, that it was pretty much a given. We thought they were going to win tonight. I had picked her to win anyway, but it was, it was up in the air. I did not, but I was much more confident after they lost the tag titles last night.
Yeah, it was the same. Yeah, once Rhea lost, I was like, okay, I lost this match. It was kind of a given that she was going to win, but some of the things that did surprise me about the match, Raquel Rodriguez, I know I haven't been the biggest fan of hers in the past, but I think she looked pretty amazing in this match.
Yeah. I've been talking to you about her for a year now that I thought she was on the uprise. So yeah,
she definitely looked good in this match. I really liked Tiffany Stratton's new look.
Yes.
The darker gear, the way she had her hair a little bit different and stuff like that. I think that worked for her.
Well, I'm sorry to interrupt. I was looking at, scrolling the internet while we were watching, and I missed it last night watching, but I guess she had another wardrobe malfunction on SmackDown last night.
Oh, did she?
So I wonder if this is, she's been having them like every couple months. She has them. She's had some pretty major ones. So I wonder if the look is just something to try and help
maybe
with that. Yeah.
Or she's going heel.
Or go, yeah.
Usually when wrestlers start wearing darker gear, there's usually a heel turn in the future for them. Other than that, though, I mean, the match itself I thought was pretty good. If I was to grade it, I would give it a B-, which is good for me.
Yes.
I didn't hate the match. I didn't love it. There was obviously your normal female wrestling, bunch of wrestlers together, botched moves, bunch of screw ups, which Tiffany Stratton's been screwing up a little bit too much lately. I don't know. We're not going to talk about SmackDown, but she had a few goofs in SmackDown as well.
Yeah, Tiffany had a couple botches. There was the, Alexa went off the top of one of the cells, and there was the goofiness of the 5 women waiting for her.
All the telegraph time kind of stuff. Yeah.
So. But no, I like the match. There was, like I said, 1 or 2 botches, not as many as was in the Royal Rumble, but obviously there's 30 women instead of 6.
Yeah.
But no, it was a good match. We'll see where Rhea goes. Rhea versus Jade. We've talked Jade's better with power wrestlers than she is a smaller wrestler. So they've got 7 weeks to practice and get a good match ready for WrestleMania.
Yeah. And I don't see how Jade wins that match based on just the skill sets and things like that, but we'll see. We'll see what WWE has in store for that. Real quick, I thought Kiana James also looked pretty good in the match. I know she got stacked with Asuka by Raquel Rodriguez, which was a cool thing, but but I don't know. Good match overall. Good way to start the daily.
We're both Kiana James fans, so we were both looking forward to a good outing from her today, and she did well. So,
but you know what? I was kind of mad Julia didn't interfere.
Yeah, maybe they're going to distance the 2 of them. Yeah, we'll see. Because she came out to her own music. We were both, surprised about her, hearing her music. Who is this? But yeah, so we'll move on though because the bell went off. So.
Yep. All right, what do we got next?
Next up we had Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. So,
this match to me was a little bit less good than the Elimination Chamber match. I don't know if that was AJ Lee's a little bit of rust because she hasn't wrestled in a long time. I mean, she still did fine considering she hasn't wrestled in 10 years. Did they say like a singles match in like 10 years? I thought it was still fine. Just there was something just missing for me. Maybe I wasn't following the story very well that they were trying to tell or anything like that. But I thought this was another very predictable match. Just like we thought the Rhea winning was predictable. I thought this was going to be a little bit predictable, and I got it right.
Yeah, I did not think it was. I thought Becky Lynch would win, but then it slipped my mind that it was in Chicago, and that both AJ and CM Punk are from Chicago, so that made sense having them both win on their home their home arena. I was shocked that I was surprised that she won because she hasn't wrestled in. She's had 2, I think, tags type matches since she's been back.
I think, a tag match. It was the mixed tag when she was with CM Punk against Rollins and Becky Lynch, and then she was in the Elimination Chamber last year?
Or was she in War Games? She was in War Games.
War Games. Yeah, it was War Games. Sorry.
So, and she wasn't in Royal Rumble, was she?
No.
Yeah. So I don't know. I was shocked that, it made sense that they're going to let her win at her home, but I thought they'd get some more matches under her belt before they put the title on her. Because now, is she going to defend it? Or is she going to wrestle before WrestleMania? Or
we mentioned that, as it happened too. Is she going to be now just missing until WrestleMania? Or is she not even going to be in WrestleMania? They don't have anything set for that match yet. Or is it going to be another Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee match, which was the rumor for a while? It was going to be those two at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
so maybe, I don't know, maybe they're just going to run it back.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm sure we'll see some angle with Becky Lynch still, AJ Lee, Natty, Maxine Dupree.
No.
I guarantee you in the next couple of weeks, we're going to see a AJ Lee and Maxine Dupree tag match against Natty and Becky Lynch.
Yeah, you're probably right. We probably will see that.
It.
Unfortunately, we probably will see that. Yeah, so. But I don't know. Match itself, C- for me. I didn't think it was great. I don't think it was terrible, but it just wasn't, for me, it just wasn't that exciting.
Yeah, nothing jumped out as being really bad. But yeah, it was just kind of meh. Like we both kind of looked at each other at one point and thought it dragged on a little long.
Yeah, so. You know what? I'll up it. I'm going to up it to a flat C.
Yeah,
wasn't terrible. Wasn't great. Yeah. It was just okay. It wasn't great.
As somebody who missed AJ Lee's career, nothing I saw today wowed me, or made me think maybe I need to go back and review some of her old matches. Or anything.
Yeah, I really did think there was going to be like a Saraya or Paige, whatever you want to call her, interference at some point, especially when the referee went down. I thought she was going to come out as a ref because I know there's some history there with Paige and AJ Lee, but nothing.
Yeah, I will give them that. They did. The ending was interesting in the fact that we both thought a couple times that we went back and forth who we thought was going to win once Becky revealed the turnbuckle. So they did keep us on our toes at the end of the match. So okay. Next up, we had CM Punk versus Finn Balor for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
Another very predictable match.
Yes.
I really was pulling for Finn Balor. I really wanted to see him win. I knew there was zero chance it was going to happen. But he deserves a title. We'd mentioned that, how when he did have his title 10 years ago, he hurt his shoulder and he had to be stripped from it, and they never gave it to him again. So
yeah, that shocks me that it's been about 10 years. They said 9-10 years, and they haven't put the title back on him. Just even give him a short run to make up for what happened, his injury. So
right, and I think I know right before WrestleMania probably isn't a good idea, but think of the way that would have changed the look of WrestleMania if Finn Balor won.
Yeah,
I think that would have been pretty crazy. I know they really want Rollins and Punk and stuff like that.
Roman Reigns,
Reigns and Punk.
Yeah, but like you said, we mentioned on our last week's video, we talked about parity versus dominance, and sometimes these type of surprise outcomes are good for wrestling.
Yeah,
to keep people guessing and not knowing. Because I looked at this, and when I was making my predictions, it's like first match I'm taking is CM Punk in his hometown.
Yeah, because it was an easy one to pick. I think it was a good match though.
Yes, it was good. The ending kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it did just kind of end.
Yeah.
Right.
So which is, I guess that's where the state of wrestling nowadays is. When somebody hits one finisher, you just don't expect it to end.
Yeah,
you expect them to have to do a finisher off the top rope or pile 3 on top of each other, or
whatever. Which is Jeff, one of our topics in our next video.
Oh yeah,
yeah. You maybe don't know that yet. But that's a spoiler for you guys.
Spoiler alert!
Our next main video. That's one of our topics. Is what happened to finishing moves,
or was it a tease?
It was. What does Paul Heyman say? It was a guarantee.
It's a guarantees.
Yeah, or whatever he says. I don't know what he says.
It's all good. Check back Wednesday.
Yeah, check back. That'll be on Wednesday's show. I wish there was a grade I could give it between C+ and B- because I feel like that's where it should be.
B minus.
B minus. So I'll just say I'm going to say C+ just because the ending I thought was wonky. Without the ending, that would have been a solid B-, B+ or B. But
I did like that the match had an old school feel to it.
Yeah.
A lot of ground wrestling, a lot of grapple. I felt like I was watching an old school like 90s Bret Hart match.
Yeah. But it just looked like they hit their time limit and they're like, okay, you need to end now. So they just finished it real fast. So it just kind of like had a weird ending for me. It just didn't feel right. But overall, I mean, it was okay.
Yeah. Alrighty.
We're going on to the next one, huh?
Next one, we had the finale, the men's Elimination Chamber match. So we had Randy Orton versus LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, Javon Evans, Trick Williams, and Jey Uso.
Did we?
Oh, yeah, I got it written down. I forgot to change my list. Jey Uso got hurt on Raw last night, and they had a match, SmackDown last night. They had a match, Logan Paul versus Jacob Fatu to take his place, and with the help of Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul won. So, no, Logan Paul was in this match, not Jey Uso. So.
Yeah. I don't know. The match was, for me, it was very spiky. Parts of it I thought were great.
Yeah.
Parts of it I thought were awful. And there were other parts that were just kind of like, okay. I don't know when you want to talk about the Masked Man crap that was in there. But I don't know. I think Randy Orton winning for me was probably the right move. I didn't want to see Cody Rhodes again. However, after it all ended, you saw the Aldis and McIntyre fighting with each other, and which is basically just going to set up a 3-way or a 4-way at WrestleMania.
We're going to end up having a fatal 4-way at WrestleMania.
Yeah, with Fatu and Cody Rhodes and Orton and Drew McIntyre. Hey, that's where it kind of looks like it's heading.
Talking of another spoilers or previews, that was one of my topics
look at that.
for our next show. So check back for that. I thought the match was good. I hope Trick Williams' neck is okay. Not Trick Williams. Javon Evans.
Javon Evans looked like, Logan Paul might have killed him.
Dropped him right on the top of his head.
Which is not, I don't think that's Logan Paul's fault. I think that has something to do with how the wrestler moves their head. I don't know. Obviously, I'm not trained, so I don't know whose fault that would have been.
Yeah.
If I just, from looking at it, it looks like maybe Javon Evans didn't turn his head fast enough or something like that, but I have no idea. But yeah, he did land on his head really, really bad.
It was an awkward landing, and you hate to see a 21-year-old,
But every match he's in, he gets hurt.
Does he?
Every match he's doing something that's getting hurt.
Maybe he's just a little too bouncy.
I think his style right now is a little too rough, especially when he's going up against some of these older guys who don't move like that.
Yeah.
I mean, Logan Paul, the exception, which we were talking about that too. I'd love to see a Logan Paul versus Javon Evans match. That would remind me of some of like the Ricochet stuff, like you were saying.
As long as he doesn't drop him on his head again.
Yeah.
I mean, let's pull back on the bounce. No, a little more
little
bounce.
less bouncy.
A little less flubber.
Yeah.
Flubber. Come on.
So that was whatever. But I think, he eliminated 3 people. I think LA Knight going out as early as he did wasn't great. I think he should have been one of the final 2. If they weren't, I think he should have won it.
That would have just been a
honestly,
tease for the fans. I think if they made it to the final 2 and he lost, I think the fans would have flipped. So I don't
think about. I mean, maybe this is another topic we can talk about later. But he's so over with the fans. But if he keeps losing, he's not going to be over anymore, and they're going to miss their chance to make all that money off somebody.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen the rumor about his opponent at WrestleMania, but I don't really
Brock
understand
Lesnar?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
How would you grade that match, though?
That one, I'm going to give it a B. I thought it was the best match of the night.
Yeah, I would agree.
I thought it was entertaining, but there weren't. LA Knights missed a little jumpy thing up onto the ropes where maybe that had something to do with it. Maybe he blew his knee out or something because he looked weird climbing that rope.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was entertaining. And then you had the Masked Man stuff. We're going over our time, but we had the Masked Man stuff, which the first guy was another bum that came out just to set up for the other Masked Man, which fine. Who it was, Seth Rollins
again. Yeah.
But it was very predictable, right? Everybody knew it was Seth Rollins. It wasn't anybody new. I was kind of hoping for somebody else.
Bringing him back. Wasn't in the crate either.
Yeah, he wasn't in the crate. The crate was another mess. Danhausen. We talked about it in our last video, but yeah, Danhausen, he's very niche. Is that the right word? Niche. You either love him or you hate him. I'm not the biggest fan, but I don't know a lot of his work. I didn't watch a lot of AEW, so I don't know a lot, but the parts of him I saw, I wasn't a big fan of.
Yeah.
And I feel like this introduction was weird because he didn't really do anything. He just kind of came out and danced with some dancers.
Yeah.
And then just disappeared.
Yeah.
He didn't talk on the microphone. He didn't interact with anybody.
It seemed like WWE started having second thoughts on how to do what to do with it. And they just said, you know what, we got to go forward because you've introduced the crate, but we're not going to make it a big deal as we could have made it.
Right.
And he did, like you said, he came to the ring, he danced around, the lights went out, he disappeared, and that was it.
Yeah.
So,
And they didn't even mention the crate.
Yeah.
The entire show or the Masked Man.
Yeah, right until the reveal.
Up until that moment, which was strange when, it was 3 or 4 weeks they've been talking about it. And then for them just not even to mention it on the show, it's supposed to be revealed, I thought was kind of strange.
All right. So real quick, how would you rate the show? You gave all the
Cut me
individual
off.
matches grades. How would you rate the overall show? I know you like grading things.
I do like
get
grading things. I'm going to say the whole show was another borderline C+, B-. I'm going to say B-. It was closer to B- than it was a C+. I thought this was a lot of the last PLEs I haven't been a big fan of. I think they were just kind of either overbooked or just boring or something like that. I did enjoy this one. Until I spilled everything all over the floor.
It was good seeing a PLE where all the matches were championship matches or at least leading into championship matches.
If they weren't all a little too predictable though.
Yeah.
Other than the last one.
Yeah.
I know I picked Orton in our thing.
I thought it was Cody, but Orton would have been my second pick. So,
but that was more because you picked Cody Rhodes before I picked Orton.
Yeah.
So, I think the matches were all a little bit predictable, but it was entertaining. I liked it. I don't know. That's it. That's all I got.
Alrighty then. Well, you wrap it up then, and we'll check back on next week.
Yeah,
give
Wednesday.
You a little bit more follow up on SmackDown, Elimination Chamber, and the fallout after Raw.
Yeah, so we got our Wednesday show coming up tomorrow. I think we have one of our side quests coming out with me and Brooke. Then
for March, we're going to be counting down our top 10 favorite women's wrestlers. For women, I think it's March 9th is International Women's Day. So we decided to do our top 10 favorite women's. It's not the best. It's not whatever. It's just our favorites. We're going to compile a list between the two of us, rank them, score them, and then put out a combined list. Every 3 days or so.
Yeah. Then we got a couple more things coming up as well. But we talk about those at another time. So that's it. So thank you everybody for watching. Sorry we're a little bit more casual today because we were just watching the show. Wednesday we go back to our normal business attire.
Suit up.
Yeah, we got to suit up for those, and that's about it. So thank you everybody. Thank you for watching another episode of Wrestlestop. If you liked what you saw, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon. You can reach us at any of the addresses on screen. And there's a couple extra videos here on the screen. If you liked what you saw, maybe you'll like one of these as well. Thanks for watching.